The one person who's actually done the shittiest stuff is Bob Gale. Which is a shame because 1941, we were talking about 1941, which he co-wrote with Robert Zemeckis, is a great movie.
Oh, yeah.
And the Back to the Future movies are just superb.
Right.
But then again, look at Zemeckis himself. I mean, he really hasn't, he's really let himself go as a filmmaker. And
well, Zemeckis has fallen off the planet, quite literally. It's like, let's do Beowulf.
Do you know who was originally going to direct that?
I have no idea, but it probably been better.
It was the guy who co-wrote with Neil Gaiman, Roger Avery. The guy who, started out writing for Quentin Tarantino. Anyway, we're getting way off subject. Let's get back to Spider-Man or I'll cut that out. But I'll keep it in just because we're also film nerds and we want to be film directors.
And because random rants fit with people who have ADHD.
Yes, which we both have. Okay, back to Spider-Man. But yeah, so the web fluid basically, I'm out of webs and that's how they have the whole thing. And I know they said that with the exception of, who are the 4 guys that were during the Ditko era? It's like the gangsters.
Oh, the Enforcer guys?
Yeah, the Enforcers. They were the only, classic villains for almost a whole year.
They're not even that great. I mean, they're good villains, but I mean, they're not like...
That's why they let them, because they were like, we're only going to have original villains. And then they have Mr. Negative, who's basically just he's basically a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde type character. He's a ripoff of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and he's basically every other mafia guy combined with that. He's this guy who...
So he's Don Corleone, Dr. Jekyll.
Yeah! Who's Asian.
So he's...
And looks like Chow Yun-Fat.
So he's basically a John Woo character with Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yeah. And what he does is he has this power to extract evil and viruses and stuff. I mean, I don't understand it truly myself because they haven't really explained it well, but this is why Eddie Brock is cured from his cancer is from this guy, and that's made his cancer cell into a symbiote type of creature, and now he's anti-venom.
Yeah, that's weird. So he's basically, his cancer has become a symbiote?
Basically.
So does he look like a big cancer cell?
No, he just looks like Venom, except the color scheme is reversed, with a white...
So he has a white suit
with a black spider.
Okay. That looks nothing like cancer, but that's fine.
Well, cancer cells are supposed to be white, aren't they?
I know they are, but I mean, would they, create, wouldn't it look, really terrible if you were,
He'd look like Deadpool.
So he basically looks like Venom, he even have the face and everything?
Yeah, it's just the colors inversed.
Interesting.
And now he's kind of back to his Lethal Protector days, only it's Lethal Protector, if the Lethal Protector days were Rubber Bullet, because I call it, it's like when they rubber bulleted the Punisher.
Where he shot people with rubber bullets?
Yeah, it's basically, it's the wussified version of that. It's not... I'm actually one of the few people that like the... You probably did too, the Lethal Protector.
I did too.
That whole era which they also retconned his origin.
Right.
I mean, I'm talking about now. One of the Brand New Day writers wrote a new history for Eddie Brock from being a child on to before he got the symbiote.
So what?
Well, that his dad was rich and a bunch of other shit.
Is he still Catholic?
I think so, but a lot of stuff family members are deleted out and replaced with others, and
so they're legitimately screwing with several other things.
Yes.
So they're almost screwing with the whole anything in the circle of Mary Jane and Peter.
Yeah, their marriage. Yeah. So it's
So are they taking out the clones out here?
They haven't. It's happened, but like I said, Mary Jane wasn't pregnant, which makes it even more fucked up because the only way that works is if... Is
Kane still in prison?
No, he's not in prison, and...
Wouldn't Kane know?
Kane is actually showing up.
But wouldn't Kane know?
No. That's why I wanted
Kane is technically more advanced in some ways than Peter.
Yeah.
His spider sense is so good he can see the future. Now you're telling me that he wouldn't know? Which
No.
apparently is more spider-like, which I never understood that. I'm like, do spiders like see that coming? They're like, I'm gonna get stepped on, so I might as well not move.
Yeah.
I don't know, I never understood that.
I didn't understand it either.
Okay, well, what about Ben? Well, obviously Ben Reilly is nowhere around anymore. But I mean, why don't they just bring back all the clones and just get really freaky?
They're actually hinting at that they're going to bring Ben Reilly back from the dead.
Okay, well, you bring Ben Reilly back from the dead. What's Ben Reilly gonna think? He's like, Ben! Oh my God!
You were married when I died!
It's like, how's the wife doing?
What wife?
That'd actually be kind of... See, now that would actually be interesting. If you bring back consequences. Now, see, if I was Mephisto, I'd do something like that. I'd be like,
Yeah.
whoa! There you go, Ben.
I actually wanted to do like a YouTube video where I would be Kane and I'd be talking to Spider-Man. It's like, you had a wife. He's like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, but see, you know, the thing is they're going to sit there and go, well, what about people who can't be, who are above tampering? Like, what?
I think the only one they've said that knows is like God.
What about Uatu?
No, I don't think anybody's asked him about Uatu.
Well, why would you ask Uatu? Uatu, what is up with this shit?
I know that some people think
I'm just sitting on the moon, man. I'm just sitting on the moon.
some people have wondered if Doctor Strange knows.
Well, Doctor Strange technically should, because he's...
But then again, he's not Sorcerer Supreme anymore, which is a
Brother
fucking
Voodoo.
stupidest thing.
Brother Voodoo.
Doctor Voodoo.
I'm going to call him Brother Voodoo, because that... Well, he was Brother Voodoo, and then he became Dr. Voodoo.
Yeah.
So, Serpent and the Rainbow. Anyway. Did this happen around the same time, too?
No, that was more recent. That happened over, I think, this summer.
But this, I mean, this is all in this same general...
Direction. Yes. Yeah, Marvel's fucking up.
So it's like, let's not have Doctor Strange and Sorcerer Supreme anymore, and I don't really remember why that happened, and that's a totally separate subject.
Yeah.
But it seems like I just don't seem pleased in general with everything I hear about Marvel anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I guess to boil this whole conversation down, and I really got to leave it soon. It's just it seems like this just fits in with a lot of other things I'm hearing what Marvel's doing. It's just not making sense.
Yeah, it obviously isn't.
It's like Galactus as George Takei, just literally fucking.
It's fucking the Marvel Universe.
That's what Galactus does now. He doesn't actually eat planets. He just fucks the Marvel Universe.
That's probably what Mark Millar will write up next. Him or Bendis.
Bendis. Bending over. Well, I mean, it's just like it's just like to wrap this all up. It's just like you basically just. It really just basically seems like little children trying to play God in their little playhouse, and you have Crusada, I guess, is trying, along with others, is trying to basically play God.
Yeah.
And is trying to rewrite stuff so he can put his mark on this.
Yeah.
So when you look back 20 years and you're like, who the fuck turned Spider-Man into shit? You're like, it's Joe Quesada.
It's Joe Quesada.
And then, because I really don't think that people will like this that well. I mean, they might like it now. People will like it now, but I really don't think this will hold posterity, like the classics.
No.
I really don't think it will. I do not think it will, because it's already starting to lose faith. And I don't think it's gonna. I think when people look back at it, they're gonna be like, "This was just a genuinely
shitty era."
And I'm
that basically rivaled the Byrne Mackey reboot.
pretty much.
Yeah.